What is up, guys? It is Nick back here with another video. Today I want to talk a little bit about getting rich in 2025, things I've learned, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to change, my goals that I'm going to focus on to become financially free, and hopefully you guys can take something from it. Hopefully you can get some tips, hopefully some ideas or some kind of direction. But the world is changing a lot, especially with social media, AI, everything. So what used to work back in 2015, 2018, heck, even 2023 is not the same as it's going to be this year and next year. So sit back and grab some popcorn, and this is what I'm going to do for 2025. First off, I've been running businesses. I started my first business with my buddy in high school, did that all the way through college, and once I got out of college, I went off on my own and started my own business, and I've been running that ever since. And what I've came to learn was the type of business that I got into was basically a 9 to 5, but I was working 9 to 9. I was putting in all these hours to build this brand, to create content online, to learn how to run ads and how to build a customer base. And it was good money, and it was a lot more work. In the long run, if I play the long run with this business type, it could work very well. But as the road I see it going down is that even though it is sustainable, it definitely had a peak a few years ago, and I caught the tail end of it. And long term, I don't think it's the thing that'll make me the right amount of money that I want to make. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it in the way I vision where my life is going. I want to make more money and more money faster. I don't see this being a fast route. I see this being a lifetime route, a route where you commit to this thing, the thing that I'm doing. The thing I'm talking about is I resell vintage clothing. And if I want to sell something, I need to go to a thrift store, find it, take it home, wash it, take pictures of it, measure it, list it online. I need to do all of that. Granted, in the long run, I could hire people to find these things for me, pay them a little bit more, pay someone to list it, and make the money in the long run. But committing to do that is something that takes a long time. I've been doing this for 4 years, and I hired one of my buddies to help me out a little bit. And even though it is helpful, it is something that you definitely need to be making a decent amount of money for. So even after 4 years, granted, it is very possible. It's just not something that is sustainable. I want to be able to hire people full time. I want to overlook everything. I want to grow a business so I can overlook it and have time to do other things like investing in other businesses, growing other businesses. And I don't see this being one of those things to happen within the next year or two, especially the way that content has changed. Back, if I had my account now on Instagram back in any time before 2020, I would be set. I would be in a very good position. The algorithm has completely changed. Instagram used to work where you would post something, you would get followers, and every time you post, if I had 10,000 followers, at least 5,000 of them would see it every single time. I have almost 40,000 followers on Instagram, and I can create a post that is really bad, and it'll show it to only 1,000 people, maybe 2,000 people. It could be less. I don't know how low it could get, but you get the point where no matter, it matters what you post. Your post has to be very, very good. Instagram will give you more views based on how good your post is. So this means you can't just post to your followers. You need to actually know what kind of content goes out to people, what your followers engage in, what people engage in. You need to actually create good content. You need to know how the algorithm works, how people think. You need to literally be a genius on how content overall works. And it's always changing. So mastering that is very tough. It's not impossible, but it is tough. So having a page with followers means nothing. The only thing that matters is creating good content. If you want to grow business the fastest, I know Gary Vee says, don't worry about fast, whatever. But it still might take some time, but I feel like you don't get so hung up in one thing when doing this model. This model is selling a service or a product that isn't what I'm selling. Individual items. If I create a website with a product and I run ads on it, my one product, I just buy it, 1,000 of them, 100 of them, however many, I just run that ad and I sell it, or I don't. And then you can go to something else and you just keep testing and testing until you find something that works. Me, I've committed to trying to know what people like for clothes, what styles people like. I have a lot of inventory and overhead. There's things I can't sell, I don't sell just because not that many people like it. And I get in this cycle of getting deeper and deeper in this game of trying to learn and figure out what people like. Yes, it is very possible to do that, but at the end of the day, you don't know 100% what someone is gonna buy. If I've sold thousands of shirts, thousands of hoodies, sweatshirts, and everything. If I had 100 of the same one, I would be way better off, 100%. But the fact that when I'm out shopping at these stores, thrift stores, you only find one of these pieces. And then you sell it, and you could have probably had 10, 20, 30, 100 people buy the same shirt, but you only get one. So that's where it's tough, especially with running ads, because if I have an ad with that shirt in it and the one sold, that ad's not gonna do well. It's not gonna do good. You have to kill the ad and then you have to post something else and run an ad until that one item sells. And it's basically just, it's like you're trying to climb out of a hole. You're running on a treadmill. You're running, but you're not going much of anywhere. So the goal for this year, if you want to make money, get rich, grow a brand in 2025, I definitely say is you have to be good at content. You have to study it. You have to learn the ins and outs. It is extremely hard, but you need to consume content to learn it, not just to consume it. You need to consume. If you're scrolling through on your phone and all of a sudden you just stop and start watching a video, analyze, why did I stop to watch this video? What was so good that made me stop scrolling? This world is getting more and more crazy with how addicted people are to their phones, and people are realizing that you have to stay on top of it. There's so many other people trying to create content, trying to get people's attention. And you're not only competing against people who are scrolling, you're competing against other people who are posting these videos. And if you think it's gonna be easy, it's not. If you clicked on this video because you want to be rich, I don't like to use that word in my personal life that much. I'm gonna use it for the YouTube title's sake because it'll probably get more people to click on it, but There's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. And being wealthy is my goal. I don't want to get rich. I want to be wealthy. I don't need a lot to make me happy. I could live in a small house. I don't care. Only thing that really nice that I care about is a car. That's all I want. It's just one nice car. Not even anything crazy. Just a BMW. That's all I want. And what I am going to do to grow that wealth is when I make a good amount of money, I'm not gonna go and buy these stupid things. It hurts my stomach to see people make their first $10,000, $20,000 and go buy a Rolex, go buy a really, really nice car, but it's not the smartest thing to do. Go buy designer clothes, all of these things. You spend $400 or $1,000 on a shirt and sweatshirt. My mind goes to, wow, you could have invested that in the stock market. You could have saved that to buy something else that'll make you more money. And that is what is gonna set me apart from a lot of people. I might not look rich, I might not have a lot of fancy things, but I am going to invest a lot of money for the long term, for wealth. It's too early for me to be able to buy land and houses and property and stuff like that. But that is obviously a long-term goal. I want to, because for the stock market, you can literally put in $1. So anytime I get extra money, it is going into building my wealth. And for 2025, I'm just going to focus on, like, my main goal. I have two main goals. One is to get 10,000 Shopify orders so I can get that plaque. I'm nowhere near that, but setting those high goals is going to continue to motivate me. And then the other thing is just invest as much money as I can into the stock market. And if I can do that, then I know I am on the right path. As long as I can continue to do that, I want to get to a point where I'm making enough money where I can not worry about spending money. Right now, I don't go out to eat that much, barely. I think I've been out to eat twice that I've paid for since I've been here. Not that much. I moved into my new place almost 3 weeks ago. I don't even have a desk yet. The only thing I bought was a mirror. And a nightstand, and then I got that at a thrift store. This is what I mean. I need a desk. I do. I'm looking for one on Facebook Marketplace, but I don't want to spend over $100. I don't know if there's that many people still watching this video, but hopefully I was able to provide some decent information. I'm gonna do a quick recap and that's gonna be it. So if you want to get rich in 2025 or to build wealth, continue building wealth. Master creating content. Other thing too, I would say, is just mastering ads. If you can't master content, but you can get good at it, you can spend money on ads and it can just put your content out to a lot more people and probably generate you a lot more sales. So creating content, being able to know when a business idea is good or not, and then going all in on it, rinsing and repeating very quickly on business ideas. That's going to be a big thing because I have been stuck up on this for a long time and haven't changed enough and tried enough things to see if I'm even going on the right path. I've tried one thing and tried to just force it, and it is moving very slowly. I currently, past month or so, I've been trying these new mystery box things. So I'm trying to perfect the content for that, and then also learning about the ads ads for it. So hopefully this is something that can give me a little bump in the right direction without completely blowing off what I've done the past 10 years and in the past 3-4 years in this business specifically, but I've been in the same industry for about 10. So yeah, that is my plan, and just invest as much as I can and live as frugal as I can. But this is more for me though, to look back in the future and be like, I always think about Iman Gadzhi, how he vlogged his whole come up, and you know, for a little bit I was like, maybe I can just do exactly what he did, but that's his story and I need to write my own story. That's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.